If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 459. Still Got Game's official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
And I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And we're running short staff this week. Just me and Selden.
Yeah, just the two of us. That's good, though.
Yeah, we had a few weeks off due to holidays and work stuff and everything else, and we could not summon the full crew tonight, but we knew we couldn't give another week without a show. So we're back. We're doing a show. We'll do the best we can.
Yeah, Blue actually reached out to me during the week, and he's like, listen, just you and Derek is better than nothing, so give me at least you two. So.
I know. The shows are just so short when it's you and I, but that's, well, I guess that's a quick, easy soundbite for someone in their quick car ride, so. But, yeah, we're back. We'll do a show. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we can reach an hour, but my guess is 51 minutes. So. And that's based on past history. But we'll see what happens, Selden. Maybe you'll all of a sudden become like a wordsmith tonight, and you'll just have so much to say, and we'll pontificate, and we'll, argue and not agree on everything, and then everything will be fine.
Yeah, so, I foresee a fight somewhere in the future in this episode. How's that? Stay tuned.
Good. Yeah. Let's go. All right. Well, if you're in chat, you want us to discuss something, let us know what you want to talk about, and we'll work in the show, because sure as shit, we could use some material. Otherwise, we'll just jump right in the mailbag for feedback and questions from our last episode. And remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. Popple Midi Freeth asks, nice fucking name. Over the last couple episodes, with the exception of Selden 007, the remainder of you don't seem excited about the games out now. What games are you looking forward to?
Well, Selden likes shit games and good games and everything in between. So that's why I'm excited about anything that comes out, because I just love playing games. So I don't care how shitty it is or how good it is. I'm still gonna give it a good old try. So
this question has been in there for a month, and it is so much more appropriate right now than it was a month ago. But
we are in a vast waste of nothing coming out, really.
Yep. So. Well, I'm glad you found something, Selden, since your bar is so low. My bar is still waiting for Halo. So yeah, I just don't find any of the shit that's out now to be fun or exciting or energizing. Maybe something weird will drop in the meantime that I'll get hooked on, but this is probably the least games I've played in 20 years. Right now, it's a shit time unless you like playing the same old Call of Duties over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah, I mean, if we would have got this question a couple weeks ago, I'm playing something now that I was looking forward to, but we'll get in that in a little bit. But yeah, over the next month or so, I just, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that's really popping that I'm looking forward to. I mean, I'll play what comes out, but we'll see.
Well, fair enough. Well, good call. Good question, Popple Midi Freeth. Also, just comment and say if that's how you say that and why that's even your name. For those of you in the audience, it has underscores in it. None of the words seem to be real at all. So maybe it's just something I don't understand. But
yeah, I'm trying to discern if there's some other way to say it, but I just can't.
No, it's literally gibberish. But yeah, let us know if I'm wrong, Popple. All right, next up, Drake, not that Drake, comments. This will be our second consecutive year without an E3 mega show from you. Is there any chance you guys could plan some additional coverage during the E3 timeframe? Live show during press events? ? It could be fun.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say the live show during press events isn't going to happen because I think we all have jobs
it's usually,
when the main press events are going on.
As it is, I already usually schedule a meeting during that time so that I'm free to watch something, but I don't think I would be free to do a show during that time. That would be poor of me. But I would just look for a good episode that week.
Or I think those weeks. I think it's definitely gonna be more polished than last year. I think they got the first year under their belts with the virtual events and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
think they're gonna come out shining a little bit nicer and a little more polished this time.
A little spit
Uh,
shine on that.
yeah, I'm gonna try to watch as much of it as I can. Maybe like we could do a simulcast after the fact type thing, where
Yeah,
we save something to watch together after the event. But
yeah, that's possible too. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't see us doing anything live though. No, we this is not our number one paying job. No.
hey,
Exactly, yes. But but we appreciate the request, Drake, not that Drake. That means you must really enjoy our shows. So but we will try to do a better post E3 show this year. Like until someone's at an event and they can talk about it, it's just not going to be the same. So
yeah, I think it's also really hard because it's not like you guys have your little notebook that you flip through when you're going through your coverages and stuff
yeah.
like that. With the E3 event being streamed like this, you're not really taking notes, I don't think,
No,
as you're
I'm
sitting.
not writing stuff down like I
Yeah,
used to, so it's all going from memory at that point. I
yeah.
guess we could take notes when we watch these things, and it would be super weird if someone came to your house and you were like watching something, taking notes on it. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll try to do it better this year. I'm sorry we fucked up last year, obviously. So we did something wrong that made you mad, but we'll try to fix it. I'll remind Selden to get out a notepad and hit and yacht and tiff, and we'll all take notes and we'll have something to work from. So,
Sounds good.
all right, all right. Next up, Play-Doh Kid asks, would you consider a Patreon where the highest level would let someone be a guest host for an episode? Depending on cost, I would be interested. Now, Selden, just to remind you, because this was like more than a month ago, or almost a month ago, Play-Doh Kid is the one that was asking about who all the previous guest hosts were on the show.
Ah,
Yes, yeah.
okay. That's connecting the dots.
Yes. So obviously there's a specific line of questioning that Play-Doh Kid here has, and it ends. I don't know where it starts, but it definitely ends with Play-Doh Kid wanting to be on the show.
Well, wasn't Play-Doh Kid start with maybe making a new intro for us?
Oh,
Maybe doing a demo tape that becomes the property and sole ownership of Still Got Game and Derek D. Smooth Nolan, and send it into us, and we'll see what we can do with
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. You know, we do still need a new intro that's not hit saying we Joel, Dude I Rock, Albert, and Derek G. Smooth Nolan, or whatever he says. But yeah, it is weird that Hit's now on the show, and his old intro that doesn't include him is the thing that plays at the beginning of every show. So, yeah, Play-Doh Kid, reach out, throw us money. Actually, anyone that wants to put out a new intro for the show that includes the actual people in the show, Derek D. Smooth Nolan, Roger Hitman Roken, Tiffany Electrify Nolan, Chris Selden 007 Selden, and James Yont Dog Yont. Woof. You want to do an intro with those names in it? Might have a guest spot on the show. I could see that easily happening if your thing is better than garbage. So.
And I can set up a Patreon if you want to pay us to consider using it too. So.
Yeah, one or the other, either way. But we'll figure something out. So, but yeah, definitely, we could find a way to this, Play-Doh Kid. You just have to meet us a little more than halfway. So, all right. Last but certainly not least, Altius asks, of console makers, publishers, studios, game developers, the staff, and video game consumers, who do you feel has made out the best during the pandemic? Who has made out the worst?
Well, I'm going to strike console makers right off because there's not a large margin of profit coming from those guys. I mean,
No,
yeah, they pushed a lot of units and stuff like that, but I don't think you're going to really see them being considered made out the best.
No, not till the first couple cost cuts, and not to mention they can't even put out the number that they need to right now.
Right.
So I'll agree with that.
Game developers and staff, I
They
think
never make out.
They never make out.
They're underpaid. Like those same guys that write that develop these games and write that code could go to any business outside of the game industry and make two, three, four times as much money. Uh, and
Yeah.
and know that as soon as they ship their current release, aka product, they're not going to be laid off. Like it, it's a weird industry that anybody does it at all. Um,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I mean, definitely do it for the passion, not for the paycheck. I don't
yep,
think
yep.
so. To
So
really
so what
make
are
the
we
big
left
bucks
with?
is, yeah.
We're left with publishers, studios, and consumers.
I'm gonna strike consumers off too. I just don't. We're not getting
We're not
quality
happy.
product. We're not getting a lot of games out right now.
Yeah,
So
no, no,
I'm
yeah.
like, so
All right, so now we're
we're down to
down to
publishers and
publishers and
studios.
studios. Uh,
I think this has been the year of microtransactions. I think that
the publishers are
the
ranking.
publishers are probably the ones that are banking the most because it's the same shovelware shit that we're getting, and they're just nickel and diming us to get the costumes, the
DLC,
gun
extra
skins, the
content, this,
DLCs,
that, yeah.
and
Battle
this.
passes. Yeah.
I mean, the studios can't get the games out that they need to, and I mean, a good example is your buddy at Project or whatever, Project
CD
Red.
Project Red.
Yeah,
Yeah,
CD
yeah,
Project Red. Thanks.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, they try to push that thing out, and that studio got fucked.
No, yeah, they did not benefit from that at all, and the repercussions are still there. So yeah, no, I think I'm prone to agree with you on this one that the publishers have probably been the ones that made out the best because they didn't have to invest in the development, they didn't have to invest. They're not the actual developer, they're not the console maker, and they're not us.
Actually, I'll add one more category that I think may be the biggest winner is the platforms, the ones that are charging the 30% for hosting your product on their site. You
Well,
know,
yeah, yeah, like
so
your Steams and
they did zero
your
effort,
stores. Yeah,
and,
that's not a
and
bad
they're
point.
pulling in 30%. I mean, that 30% profit right there, and like everybody's buying digital now because nobody's going to the stores a lot. So
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Well, I don't think anyone's buying physical anyway, but uh, yeah. And on the flip side of Altius's question, I'm just personally going to say who has made out the worst. I'm going to say it's consumers. Like people are, we didn't have trouble, but people are having trouble getting consoles. A lot of people have paid more than retail for the consoles, and they can't get games for these things. People that are PC gamers can't get their fucking graphics cards. Like it, this has been a terrible time to be a video game consumer when you're home and you have all this extra time and you're not going out to spending all that money on, going out to eat every night or this or that or the other thing. And people, well, maybe this is just me being stupid,
you,
but I feel like people have more expendable income right now because they're not doing stuff. I realized there were people out of work for a while, and I know that those numbers are coming back on the positive side, but as we saw from this console launch, it didn't seem to affect things. The fact that we were in the middle of a pandemic and the jobless numbers were the worst ever. So, uh, yeah, if I offend you, sorry.
no,
Um, yeah, that's my call. Is we made out the worst. What do you think, Selden?
I think the movie industry made out the worst. I'm throwing one more in there.
All right, then I'm going to say that we made out the best because I didn't have to go to a movie theater and I got to see every major blockbuster I wanted to see so far in the comfort of my home. So I know, as much as I'd like to go see some of the stuff in the theater with other people, they really made it. Uh, they found the middle ground that was comfortable for everyone. Well, everyone except for Chris Nolan, but no relation.
Yeah, honestly though, I think out of his list, I think game developers and staff probably made out the worst because they probably had so much more asked of them in a harder environment to work within, with zero physical support to help them with their, and they were probably expected to work longer and harder because they were sitting at home and not coming into the office.
What else you
So
got to do? Would
yeah,
put out your shit. Like, what? You mean your day's done? You're still at your desk. Come on. It's
yeah, I can't imagine what that environment was like for a lot of those
no,
coders and things like that at that point.
no.
So
They already get abused enough, and I can imagine it probably was worse. But here's to moving forward and seeing what comes. But yeah, this
here's
has been a shit year so far. So All right. Well, if any of you have questions or comments like these are really good ones today for the most part. Give us a call 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop on over into what we're playing? Selden, what have you been playing lately?
My big game this past week has been Outriders. I've been playing a shit ton of Outriders whenever I get a chance. I'm really enjoying the game. It's definitely not your type of game, Derek. I mean, it's a looter shooter, but it's a third
Third
person, kind of
person.
like Gears of War type of off the back, three-quarters cam from the
Yeah.
side type
Yeah.
thing. It's definitely not a duck and hide type game. It's not a cover game like I think it was originally trying to be.
Mm.
At least the way I'm playing it. I'm playing one of the pyromancer classes, so I'm having a lot of fun with it. Just playing solo, so I haven't got into the whole MMORPG type of game that it's trying to imitate parts of Destiny with.
Okay.
Um, but it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying killing all of the aliens and everything like that in the game, and the
Hmm.
different deaths that they have, and the levels move pretty fast, and you can slide the difficulty if it gets too hard when you're playing solo. So it makes it a little easier in certain scenes and stuff like that to play through. But all in all, I think it's a tight game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I was looking forward to it, and I'm really glad that it came out on Game Pass also because it's just
Mm.
it's just
Doesn't
extra
cost you
dollars in my
anything.
pockets
Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
having to
Yeah.
spend. So
Yeah.
other than that, the same company that made Empires and Puzzles released a new um, match 3 type puzzle game called Combat Puzzles. So I've been playing both those.
Wow.
Um, Picked up Jackbox Party 4, 5, and 6 as a
Oh,
package
you
deal to
didn't
play
you
with the
didn't already
family.
have these?
Nah, I didn't have them. I was only playing the
Uh,
ones as they rotated through Game Pass, but it was
uh,
about time I dropped some money on them. So I picked up the that Jackbox Party combo.
I didn't even realize
Played
there
it with
was
the
a
family.
combo that came out. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's like they actually have a couple different varieties of the combo that you can get, so you can get the games that you kind of want.
I
So
bought all these things piecemeal as they came out, so I have them all, and no pack is gonna save
yeah,
me, Selden. But
yeah, and I'll tell you, some of the games are great for like family, but some games are just like it's not meant for people that you live with
like
all the time.
monster seeking monster,
Well,
that that's a
that
weird
or it's
one.
just the ones that are like would cause a rift within the family.
Oh no, we
Be-
we we
be- be-
played those, and those put a nice little rift in for a week or two where
yeah,
everybody's
see,
pissed at each other. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so try to avoid those variety of games with my family when we play. But
Nice,
all in all,
nice.
it's a great pack. It's a great fun party type environment thing. So enjoying the hell out of that. And then picked up one off of I was watching over on Hit's Discord channel. Somebody posted a video of this mobile game called One Shot Golf.
Okay.
It's miniature golf. You have one shot, but it's actually a video of a live mini golf robotic table that you control the robotic putter in.
Oh, weird. Okay.
And so you get like 5 or 6 holes per round, and you get one shot on each hole.
Oh,
So
that's weird.
it's a kind of cool little thing. Seeing a real life
Is it
robot.
is it like the games where you can control like an actual crane machine in some arcade
Yeah,
somewhere? Yeah.
yeah. There's
Okay.
that
Yeah.
clawy game, which is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's a claw game,
Yeah.
but it's real life. It's kind of that first couple times you play it, you're like, holy shit! I'm like, this is kind of cool. But
Nice.
so you
That's
get
weird.
you get I get a free round every day, so I try it out. So it's fun.
Nice. Weird, but nice. Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Derek?
Well, I'm proud to say I haven't played anything since our last show. I've done like my phone games, like little Wizards Unite, little Pokemon Go, little Toon. Oh, actually, no, I lied. I sorry. I have not played any real games, but I did have two games that I had to play that I can't talk about. Um, but for like gaming for fun, I've chosen television every time now. Television and movies. Like if I have time at night, the time I used to be like, oh, I'll fire up this game or that game or try this out. Now it's always like I'm gonna go on HBO Max. I'm gonna watch fucking the QAnon documentary that shows they're fucking morons, or I'm gonna watch this on Netflix, or this. Like there is so much content right now that you're not starved for it, and I guess that's the fortunate thing of being in this time where the games are not here, but there is so much content on all this streaming shit that it's unbelievable. So D Smooth may not still have game. Oh,
Yeah,
nice,
sorry. Caught that. It was pretty funny.
nice.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of TV too, but that's another show or the after show.
Well, yeah, that's when people want us to do a second podcast of just the stuff we watch. So,
But you're still staying up with Pokemon Go and
like, I got nothing else to do. Like, it's easy to jump on there once a day and do like the smallest thing, or like, in the case of the events in Wizards Unite, you can do them when you're sitting around your house because all those games were changed so you didn't have to go anywhere. Um, and like there's things you can do while you're watching something else or doing something else. So,
yeah, what did
like,
Niantic announce that they had another game that they just got the IP for? What was that?
I don't know. Now they're all their shit's combined together. People are doing stuff. People are sending invites from Pokemon Go to fucking Wizards Unite. The dogs and cats living together in harmony. Ah.
No. It wasn't actually Niantic. I don't think it was. I saw somebody doing a Space Invaders AR game,
Oh, okay, nice.
which looked kind of interesting and cool. Like they're, the Space Invaders were coming down wherever they were, and they had to shoot them in the sky and stuff like that. I was like, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah, nice.
So
Yeah.
we'll see how that.
I'm up to see what anything does game wise. Although Tiff and I will say that Tiff actually played some Pokemon Go with me. She's like, we should do this because we actually left our house for once and we went somewhere and we did something. So we left for our anniversary. We're both vaccinated. So we went to a nice restaurant. We stayed at a hotel and a casino. But
Wow.
yeah, look at us. Yeah. We played safe, but we played safe the right way. But yeah, we did do some Pokemon Go together there. When she was like, "Look, I dropped this fucking thing in this Pokestop, and we can make our fucking Frosty Eevees or whatever." So yeah. But yeah, but
Yeah, it was Square Enix was the company that actually is
I
developing.
did see Square Enix had something. Yeah,
Yeah,
now
Space
you say
Invaders
that, yeah.
AR. So
Yep. So, all right. Well, on that, why don't we hop on over in the new releases, and we're going to cover the new releases for the last couple shows because we haven't been on. First new release, Outriders, out for the Xbox Series X and S, the PS5, and the PC. I had no interest in this as soon as they were like, it's third-person hider, bitches. But Selden was like, give me third-person hider, bitches. So,
yeah, it's the game's coming off with a lot of mixed reviews. It's definitely there's a love-hate relationship going on with the game. I think there's a lot of people that are just like, this game is broken, it doesn't work, it's not
people can't
good.
categorize the game. Like, I
Yeah.
saw Cliffy B didn't even know what kind of game it was. He's like, I
Yeah.
played it, I don't know what kind of game it is. So,
Yeah, it's the easiest way to call it is a looter shooter, with a
Mhm.
little MMORPG. But I haven't really gotten to that part of that side of it though. So it's what I like it. I'm enjoying it. So fuck all the haters.
Fuck me. Oh, you sound like me now, Selden. Wait till you get your hate mail. It's coming. All right, the only other new release out in this last couple weeks is Oddworld Soulstorm, out for the PS5 and the PC. And this is like a reimagining of one of the Abe's Oddworld games. I think the second one. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but it looks fucking amazing. It looks weird. Looks like you need to smoke a few joints first. But yeah, I'm probably not picking this up on the PS5. I'm not like I have enough problems finding games, and I want to find a game that I can play with my friends. I don't want to find another single player game. So
Yeah, this is one of the titles that I think should be fully cross-platform because I just think it would do better. I know that it's Sony's got them locked up to the console exclusive probably for a while. But
the original Abe's games I
but-
played on the Xbox. Yeah.
right, the other Abe's games have come out on Xbox eventually, so
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to hopefully this coming out. Maybe it'll hit Game Pass because Microsoft loves taking those those PlayStation games and putting them on.
Well, yeah, it's like MLB The Show. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. So that's not one of our stories this week. Oh, it is a story this week. Well, it was a story 2 weeks ago. I just didn't change it. But yeah. So. All right. Well, speaking of stories, Selden, since this is a rapid fire show that we're trying to finish up in 35 minutes, let's move on to gaming news. First start. MLB The Show 21 is coming to Xbox Game Pass at launch. So this is super weird because MLB The Show was always the only licensed Major League Baseball game. It was a Sony exclusive. It was only out for PlayStation consoles. This year they're like, yeah, we're gonna let Xbox have it too. And then Xbox is like, it's in Game Pass. So
yeah, the story, as you said, broke a couple weeks ago. We had a little discussion about it on the Discord channel for a while there, but it's interesting because MLB actually set this in motion back in 2019.
oh, I did not see
when
this.
they renewed the exclusive the licensing agreement with PlayStation. They said that they hold the rights to distribute it to whatever platform they want when games come out in the future. And so they set the stage a long time ago, you know, a long time, 2019. They set the stage for this to happen. And I think this is a baller move by MLB to say, hey, you know what? We're going to give you the rights to make the game, but we still want to sell it and make a lot of money.
Yeah,
so
yeah, we don't want to just sell it to half the gaming audience. Yes, yeah.
So, and then, you know, it's great also that they went even further and letting Microsoft put it on Game Pass. I'm like, this thing would have sold a fucking ton. Just as a MLB the show on Xbox, but now it's on Game Pass, so they're going to make their revenue back on, you know, the market that they didn't even have a dime coming from. Now they're going to make it back on whatever deal they made with Game Pass. So
yeah, I'm still curious to like, no one's ever going to tell us what these deals that they're making for Game Pass are, like what the flow through revenue is to the developer and publisher, but it has to be decent for a deal like this to be struck. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's great. I
of course you think it's great. We all think it's great. Everyone that has Game Pass is like, hey, it's free games. It's not really free games, but that's how we all treat it because Game Pass was the cost of doing business.
Yeah. And it's just, you know, and you go on to any site that's got, you know, a forum within this article, and the PlayStation fanboys are pissed.
Nah, nice.
They're like, why aren't we getting this on some kind of Game Pass thing on our systems? And
yeah, you guys go buy it with your own money. Xbox people play it for free. Yeah. Figure that one out. I still haven't. So, yeah.
This might be the thing that pushes PlayStation to actually get a subscription type service set up like this and get going on it, because I think they're going to realize that they're in a losing side of the market by going with this. We don't want to go into a rental type format or subscription based format. So
yeah, fuck them if they can't take a joke. All right, next story.
I'm gonna take this one. Let me just pull it up real quick. Sorry about that. I wasn't ready. A sealed copy of Super Mario Brothers has just sold for $660,000. The sale shatters the previous $140,000 record for the game. Man, I wish I had bought some of this stuff and kept it when I was a kid.
Don't we all? It would be the dumbest thing to do, but it would have seriously paid off.
Yeah, Mom, I want 2 copies of that for $60 each. I want to keep one on the shelf sealed, and I'm going to use the other one to play.
Just in case for 20 years down there, 30 years down the road. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, there's a lot of weird things going on with the auctions, with the NFTs and everything like that going on. And you have this thing come out, and it's just like, man, that's just a lot. That's almost $750,000
for someone that's not going to use it either. They're also going to keep it sealed and closed. Like, that's the weird part, right?
Yeah, I'm not one of those collector type of guys. Unfortunately, I still have baseball cards, but you know, through my years, none of them are in mint. They're probably mold holding them together. So, but these guys
none of them are worth shit. I had the same thing. I have like full years worth of baseball cards, and they're not worth shit. There's like a card or two here and there, and that's it. Ugh.
Yeah, I can't imagine if like all of a sudden like a Cabbage Patch is going to sell for 1.5 million that's never been removed from a package or something like that.
Now, this has to be people finding this stuff and not someone that was like, oh, I'm going to hang on to this for 30 years. Like, that's insane. I don't know. The whole collector thing seems nuts. The people that pay for the Pokemon cards seems nuts. Like,
But this would be a good time to have Yant on here because Yant is a collector. I mean, he's got a shit ton of collectibles and stuff like that.
I know, and those people are idiots. Like we can say this without Yount here, even easier. Like they're banking on something happening that is, it's like catching a unicorn. It doesn't happen all the time. But I don't know. This just seems nuts. I wish I had done this. Like the first time I played Super Mario Brothers was at a computer club where they came in with it, and the Nintendo wasn't even out yet. It was on this dev kit, and I played, and I thought it was the greatest thing ever. It was like a local computer, people went and traded discs and everything else. There was like software piracy going on, all this other stuff. But yeah, Nintendo came with a dev kit, or they sent someone with a dev kit, and we played it before the game came out. And that guy that was there walking me through it was like, oh yeah, and you just go through the ceiling here, and that takes you to here. So when it finally came out, I was like, oh, I know this. This takes over the warp zones, and like it was like having inside information. Like imagine having that now, that dev kit.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And that was like a year before the game even came out. So yeah, hindsight is 2020. Like could have given that kid $5,000 for that, and it'd be worth like millions today. So, but then again, I was also like a little kid.
You're poor.
Yeah, I was a kid. Yeah. So, all right. Next story. Next Microsoft event confirmed for May. Xbox show may be sooner. So this is all of these tangential events that are going to go on during the E3 timeframe, during the summer. So Microsoft's doing something big in May. Obviously, they're probably going to talk about Surface and some other gaming related stuff from the PC side there. But if the gaming show, the Xbox show might be sooner, that's going to be sometime very soon. If we got 3 weeks until May, maybe we're going to get a little teaser on what's going on before E3. Because now, with the digital E3, everybody's going to be jockeying for positions. You want to get your information out first. You want to get your, the hype and the buzz, and I don't know. I'm excited to watch. My guess is no less than like 20 live streams in the next 2 months, 3 months.
They got us to be talking only about stuff that's a couple years out at this point, because there's still nothing slated and close to now in the holiday season that they're going to have on.
No, except for the thing that we pushed out from the last holiday season.
I don't even know. I think that's getting pushed again. But I'm falling into Hit's vein of thought that the game's probably going to be pushed again. So.
I don't know. There's been so much Halo Infinite stuff coming lately, between the history of what Halo games have looked like, what the weapon ammo count has looked like, what Master Chief has looked like. Like, I think we're finally coming up on the end of this, and then we can all enjoy video games again together.
I hope Halo saves us, because we're in a bad spiral right now.
Yep. Well, we are. Yeah. Even Spider-Man couldn't save me. It's like I'm gonna play by myself on Spider-Man, or I can just watch fucking this awesome show on Netflix. So I don't know. Hopefully, Selden. Hopefully. But hopefully. Yeah, I am looking forward to all these pressers. So. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it, because I do want to see what they have up their sleeve and what they're coming down the pipe with, because we need something. We need something to go, oh my God, it's coming. We do. We're dying over here.
No, absolutely. All right, next story.
The latest Lego Star Wars game has been delayed indefinitely. Skywalker Saga was originally meant to ship in 2020, but obviously that was pushed, and now looks like it's officially been thrown in the trash at this point. I don't know if this has
been thrown in the trash.
Well, it's been delayed indefinitely, so who knows when it's coming, but I don't know if it's that the genre of the Lego games has seen its heyday and it's no longer relative to a lot of people, or if it's the Star Wars doom of so many games and titles being canceled because they don't like where it's going.
This is my disdain face, Selden.
I just, it's, I honestly, me and my kids loved the Lego games. We
Yep.
loved the Indiana Jones. We loved
As did
Star Wars.
yeah, we
We
did
loved
too.
everything that came out that was Lego.
And
And
then
they
we
were
all
great.
took the break after the Avengers and all those games, right?
Right. And then it's
Yes.
just like, I'm sure there's still a niche and a market out there for the Lego games, but I think that the video game market and the consumers have moved beyond those one screen type of,
See, I don't know, Selden. I don't know if I
like,
can
it was
agree with you.
oversaturated with so many titles. And now,
Oh, it
like,
was. I don't disagree with you, but this is the first Lego game that Tiff and I saw, and we saw some early stuff at E3 after when they were showing off the DC Comics villains one, and I was like, yeah, that does look like fun. It's going to include all the new movies and so this is actually something that was on our list to go back to and get back to that couch co-op with someone in your house that you love. Like that's what you're supposed to do.
I know, but it's just, after playing so many of them, I don't see a lot of innovation that you're able to make within the structure that they have. Like, it was
Yeah,
one of the biggest innovations they had was when all of a sudden they had the split
the
screen where you didn't
dynamic
have to be
split
tied
screen.
in.
Yes, yeah.
So like they had the dynamic, yeah, you could just rotate dynamically around, and you could go to the left all the way, and you could go to the right all the
And you
way.
didn't stick someone in a little room over here
Right.
that they were stuck in because you were holding them from over here. And
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, that was innovative. That was great. That gave a lot more depth and a playability about it. But like, there's only so much you can do within that universe with the setups that they have. They need to, I don't know, a Lego game that branches out of that locked in top down look, maybe, or something. And everybody knows that Star Wars in video games has had a really rough past. They've had some really great Star Wars games comes out, some
Yeah.
great storylines have developed, but then they've had bombs and they've had so many titles canceled in the Star Wars universe within the video game system that it's just, I don't know what's causing, I guess I don't know what's causing the delay and which side of it is just not working right. So
Yeah, my thought on this, because the story seemed bad, but I was like, well, this could have to do with voice acting because the Lego games have switched a lot more from the to like having some actual content in them now. So I'm thinking it has to do with that, it has to do with the working from home, it has to do with the polish. I don't care if they delay this thing. These movies have been done now for 2 years. Like, we finished episode 9. Like, I can wait to get this game and enjoy it in a new way and go through and start with fucking the Trade Federation and how holding out things causes economic distress, like the heart of Star Wars. Um, not. Uh, Yeah, the Trade Federation shit was weird. Okay,
that is why everybody watched the Star Wars series, was the
Yeah.
Trade Federation Wars.
But now, yeah, all seriousness, I'm excited for this game, and I'll wait for it however long it takes to come out. So, and I think this will be something that Tiff and I will return to a couch co-op type situation for. So,
Good luck.
thanks.
I just don't know if I could go back to a Lego game at this point.
All right. Well,
Star Wars, I could definitely go back into that universe, but the Lego world, Harry Potter was fun. The Lego Harry Potter, but I just
see, that's the one I never really sold myself into. The only one that I didn't finish. It was kind of lame. So, just saying. So obviously Selden's wrong and I'm right.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. We'll go with that.
Next story. Official Xbox Series X mini fridges are coming. So, as you saw early on, everyone made the jokes that this thing looked like a fridge, and then Xbox did the fridge joke. But then there was this Twitter thing that happened, and it was like, hey, what brand is the most fucking badass brand out there? And Skittles was high up there, and Xbox was high up there, and then Aaron Greenberg from Xbox, a good friend of ours, some of ours, Aaron Greenberg was like, "Hey, if we win, we're gonna put out that Xbox Series X fridge." And sure enough, Xbox beat Skittles in this thing, and this fridge is coming. How many they're gonna make and how much it's gonna cost, he didn't commit to, but I would buy an Xbox Series X mini fridge just for the fucking sake of it. But
Dude, I would love to make a kegerator out of that fucking
yeah,
thing too.
it'd be super cool. Like I'd replace my current kegerator fridge with it. Uh, but yeah. Oh, and this came down to the wire. This was like in the last two, the battle between Xbox and Skittles. Xbox 50.5%, Skittles 49.5%. So this came down to a 1% margin right at the crossover. It's nuts. But yeah, I am looking forward to picking up one of these as long as they're not just collector's items and they're reasonably priced in for the general community. So
If I'm not mistaken, actually, if you're part of the Microsoft Rewards program where you get points for doing, the surveys, the quizzes, and all that
yeah,
other
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and you earn it through the Xbox Live Game Pass points. I think one of the rewards that you could turn into is for a raffle into one of the mini fridges as well.
Ah,
So,
nice, nice,
so
yeah.
if you don't want to spend money, you still want to try to maybe get one. Hey,
Yeah.
enter that.
See, that's a way to go too. I don't mind spending the money as long as it's not like something insane. As long as it's reasonably in the price range of a mini fridge. If it's like $5,000, I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
I think I'm
not the price of a mini fridge. That's not even the price of a real fridge. So, unless you're
yeah,
talking Sub Zero or yeah, yeah. So,
but your kid in the dorm would be the coolest kid on the floor with an Xbox mini fridge that
yeah.
costs $5,000.
Like, your dad's an idiot. Believe me, I get this all the time. Like kids nowadays are way more sensible than they used to be. Like, like I get the comments all the time. Why are you buying that? You don't need that. And this isn't for Tiff. This is for kids. And I'm like, well, I wanted it, and that's dumb. That's just a waste of money. It's like, what do you think? You're just getting all this money when I die? Like, what do you playing the long con? Like, it's. Oh, yes, yeah. So,
Mini fridge
uh,
would be cool though. I would like that. That would be nice.
I would like it too, Sultan. All right, next star.
E3 2021 U-turns on proposal to put some content behind a paywall. Update: ESA insists no elements of the digital event will require a purchase.
And this was a weird pull from the ESA, right? Like,
Yeah, it's I'm still confused by it, and you might be able to shed some light on it. Now, I know there's certain exclusive events when you went to E3 that only certain people were invited to or able to go to.
yeah,
Certain showings, certain demos that only you were able to do. You didn't spend money on those, right?
no, those were because
Those were
we were,
invite only.
yeah,
Who you
invite
knew,
only,
who you.
where you, yeah, catered to. Yep, yep.
So it was weird, but I understood the concept of putting some of the stuff behind a paywall.
Because they want to make money. Like
They want to
they
make
did.
money.
They used to sell these giant booths, and they don't anymore. Yes.
And I also understand from like just you don't want to release that to everybody out there. You want to make sure that the press is getting it so that they get the good show. If there's more interactive Q&A type of environments, that you want to limit who could get it. You don't want 50,000 teenagers coming into a serious, hey, this is our product. This is what we want to show you. This is what we want to do. This is how we're going to answer. So
But what if
I understood where they're
I
coming
can
from.
see what you're saying, but I assume that these were no interaction events. So for a no interaction event, whether you're showing it to a couple hundred press people or 100,000 gamers, it shouldn't make a difference unless you're trying to pull in the mighty buck. I don't know. It it just seemed bullshitty to me. And granted, a lot of the stuff we've seen over the last couple of years, like I haven't been shy about my issues with the ESA. Opening up E3 to paying customers. It's not a customer event. It's you lost your revenue stream because you couldn't make sure that all the big eight wanted to have giant booths at your show. So now you're trying to make it up on the back end by selling tickets to Joe Sixpack and the blue tags who come in with their little blue badges and fucking E3. That's like true. They're fucking cosplaying at E3. Like it's not a cosplay event. This is a media event. It's a buyer's event. It's not a consumer facing event, and that's why the media existed to sit between E3 and your gamer kids to take that information and to put it out in a way that they could understand. And this just
I,
seemed like another step in that wrong direction. So,
but I look at it as it's the speed pass of the E3. This is your Cedar Points, your Disney World speed pass that gives you exclusive rights to get into the events, to get the content that you wanted, catered to just those people that want to pay the money to see it, so that they're getting exactly what they want and not be distracted by the 100,000 other people that are in the room.
I see what you're saying, Selden. I just hate normies, I guess is what it boils down to. Sorry.
I mean, E3 set the ESA set this up when they started selling tickets to everybody.
Yeah,
I mean,
but to carry it to the digital realm seems a little absurd, though. Like, it's not like 10 minutes after this event if everyone is not going to have that information. There's something different about being at a concert and seeing your favorite band in person versus paying some amount of money to see them right after it's not even like you live streamed it. Like you got it like right after everybody else, or I don't know.
But it's like you look at it, you go to the concert, but it's the people that are in the pit that have to pay the extra money to get in the pit. Everybody else is sitting way up there on the lawn for free.
I guess. I don't know, so it just seems crazy to me. And obviously they realized that it was not well received because they backed down on it right away. So
it's probably because the normie mentality, mob mentality came out at them.
Yeah,
I'm sure there was a lot of people like me that would see no problem if this is the industry that I'm trying to report on. Or
so you would have paid money for this?
No, I wouldn't have, because I'm a cheap bastard. But I could see a purpose of having a fee to get that exclusivity, that feeling, even if it's false digital, exclusivity.
There's nothing. You can't. It just doesn't carry the value of like all of a sudden you're at the Sony press conference and then it's like, oh, and yeah, there's 5,000 consoles on the floor. Go play and check shit out. Oh, and by the way, here's Jane's Addiction. And like they're right there, like 5 feet from you. Like you can't sell that experience online because the thing that makes that experience special is being there. I don't know.
Maybe they did have Jay's Edition lined up for the online.
It's like OnlyFans versus a strip club. Those are two different things, okay? Like one's in person and one is on your phone. They're not the same. So,
tell me more about this concept. No.
All right, next story. Oh, this is mine. Next story. Controversial HoloLens military deal moves into production phase at $22 billion. So, for everyone that thought that HoloLens was this cool thing that you're going to be able to play fucking Minecraft on your coffee table, and that's why Microsoft was investing all this shit in, and why the first HoloLens prototypes were thousands of dollars, and even why when you went to Skype there was like enable HoloLens plugin and you're like, who even has that thing? Yeah, there's a reason why HoloLens is out there and it wasn't gaming in the forefront, and it's a pretty sweet fucking military device, and for a $22 billion contract, all the power to them, because if that ends up feeding back money into the ecosystem that then ends up feeding HoloLens into the gaming ecosystem with $22 billion behind it, I am fine with it. And if it makes our military better because they have it, I'm cool with that too. So.
Yeah, if it saves whatever country you're from's individuals' lives from not having to be in present danger, that's always good.
Yeah.
It's it's a great piece of technology. I'm sorry that I'll probably never be able to get my hands on it anytime soon, or at least in any capacity of what they're seeing. Um, but it's kind of cool because there's been so many ups and downs with the HoloLens, whatever you want to call that. Is it canceled? Is it not canceled? Is it being worked on? Is it not being worked on? Is it coming out for this system, or is it being sold off? And it's great to see that this tech is still alive and thriving and going forward. So,
No,
anything that pushes tech forward is I'm always good for that. So,
no, I remember talking to Laura Massey about it at one of the E3s, and it was the one where they did one of those the Minecraft demos, and she had actually left the Xbox team to go work on the HoloLens team, and it still has a huge future in gaming, but
yeah.
it's obviously one of these things where you have to do enough here to drive the cost down here, so that there you can actually make it consumer priced, which was the problem to begin with. But I'm feeling like $22 billion from the government is probably a good injection that'll help offset that cost for consumers. So,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, we'll see what happens over the next year or two. But,
Well, talking about tech, let's jump on to the next story.
wow, nice work, Sullivan.
Pokemon Go developer Niantic is teasing what could be a pair of AR glasses, augmented reality glasses. We've seen stories of this. We've seen sci-fi talk about this. This is something that will be available within our lifetime, and it looks like Niantic is one of the forefront producers of making this happen, or come to us sooner than later. Uh, it's they released an image of the Niantic glasses. It looks kind of cool. It's it the specs would it looks like it's running off of a Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 platform right now. But the end result is that these things don't look much different than a pair of sunglasses at this point.
Yeah, yeah,
Which is what
it's not Google Glass with the
yeah,
big.
the big camera and the
Yeah,
processors on the side.
yeah.
This looks like they're really developing the tech to make it look freaking slim and trim and ready to get on the market. And if you could start using this, and that's not just for gaming at that point, if you can get AR glasses to start working and look fashionable, you're going to be able to push these things to, anybody that's out there driving a Tesla or a Honda,
Yeah, yeah.
so they can get the speed and all the apps and maps and stuff like that right in their glasses. So,
You can get a HUD for most things in your life. Like, if you really think about it, like, even if you're out just jogging, look, boom, give me a HUD. Where's my speed? How long have I run? Boom, you're at the grocery store. Uh, Show me my HUD. Oh, this is what's still on my shopping list. This is what I've checked off. You can literally use something like this anywhere if you figure out a way to integrate the two. Like, you can imagine a point where you're in the grocery store and you have stuff on your list, and it's recognizing an item that's on your list is in that aisle, and like highlighting it out here, and you're like, oh shit, I need to get one of those, and you just take it off the shelf and put it in your cart. Like, there, once this tech becomes perverse and well integrated in society, this is going to be badass.
oh, especially like you sitting in a board meeting and you don't want to pay attention, you could pop up your puzzle game right there in your glasses. You can
Selden is taking this an entirely different way. I showed all the good uses of this, and Selden's like, "This is how you fuck the fuck off during your day." Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, honey. Yeah, honey. I'm paying attention to what you're saying. I'm not matching 3. No.
All right, let's take it to the college level, man. Could you imagine a professor being able to throw everything up on the AR glasses that he's trying to talk about and not having to go to the board to write things down? He just draws it in the air and all of a sudden it pops up and right in front of your
so
eye.
you took this the other way. I thought you were going to say, imagine being a student in college and like you're taking your test and there's all the answers right in front of you because you just cheat. Yes.
No, that would be bad. Cheating's bad. Kids don't cheat.
Yes. Listen to Uncle Selden, kids.
Everybody take off your glasses. It's time to take a test.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be like put away your phones and calculators and glasses and everything else. But no, in all seriousness, I think that anything we see in the AR space, whether it's HoloLens, whether it's from fucking Niantic, whoever it is, everybody is pushing to the same thing. It's the same thing with self-driving cars. It's the same thing with, space travel. Like, having more than one player in each of these markets is what's pushing innovation. And I think that this is a great thing of having someone besides just Microsoft doing HoloLens. I know Google tried it once with Google Glass, but they were kind of well ahead of the times. Um, so now it seems like the time. This is the time and place to fight this out. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's an exciting time. It definitely is with the technology that's coming out. And to bring this back to gaming, I mean, gaming is a driving force. The things that we
yeah,
do and we play and we experience in gaming is what the future is going to hold close to where we are. So I'm like, so many things you see and do, we've done
yep,
in a different world, in a different setting, but it's pushing the technology and the development into the future. So
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
God bless them, and let's get this going.
No, the excitement is there. All right. Well, if any of you have news stories you want us to talk about next week, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@toolplay.com. You can also comment on this episode's thread on the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors, if we had them, we'd pimp them right now. People would be like lining up at your website. You'd think you were having a DDoS attack, but no, it's just people trying to buy your shit. So, you have something you want to sell, let us know. We'll tell you you're gonna pay us. We'll sell it. You pay us. Boom, done. Twitter us up. You can find everything podcast related at twitter.com/still_got_game. Also, twitter.com/tool to play. Facebook the fuck out of us. Facebook.com/tool to play. We have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/tool to play. That's where we broadcast the show live each week, in addition to a bunch of other places, as well as where all of our archive video content goes. So that's episodes of Still Got Game. It's episodes of Hits Quick Hits. It's episodes of Thick and Thin with LB and Duty. It's Selden's other show. It's immature interviews with Tiff. So all of our content is available there. It's like having the ultimate pay-per-view library for free. So youtube.com/tool to play. Please rate and review the podcast on iTunes. Give us 5 stars. If you get an extra 5 seconds, write something nice. It definitely is. It helps us in the App Store and move around there. And I know that Selden's Place has another store for stuff that's not iPhones. It's like a Google Play thing.
There's lots of apps out there that you can get to download podcasts on. Find us, like us, share us. Please send it to your friends, families, enemies, coworkers, whoever you want.
Do it up. All right. We also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/still_got_game. That's another place where we broadcast the show live each week. So that like I said, it was facebook.com, it was on youtube.com, and on twitch.tv. So you can reach us in all of those places and watch the show live each week. We also have a Discord channel. That's at tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord. That's tooltoplay.com/S is in still, G is in got, G is in game Discord. Join the Discord. Talk to us all day long in there. Some of us respond quicker than others, but you can definitely reach all of us. It's your link to fame, if you will. You can chat with the lords of this show, right, Selden?
Even not just us. There's other members of our audience, of our fan base, of other members of the Tool to Play community and the Still Got Game community that are in there that are willing to chat with you, hook up for gaming, and just general information, sales. If there's a line on a console release and stuff like that, we can get that posted up there too. So a lot of people in there that can help with pretty much anything. So
yeah, like-minded people, if you will. All right, then, Sultan. Before we wrap up, anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, you can find me anywhere on social media at Selden007, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere. You can find me at Selden007. Other than that, I know Jan had mentioned it last show I think he was on. Think about if you have a little, extra money or time or something like that, donate some time or money to any kind of cancer research. People that have followed the show, my wife had breast cancer last year. We went through the whole process. She's 100% better, clear right now of cancer. Got the 100% cancer free, so we're good on that front. But if you can, think about if you have a couple extra dollars, donating to some kind of cancer research within your area, or donating time, or anything that you can do to help out with the cancer. Finding a cure, or even with the local blood banks or something like that can help out the cancer patients. So please think about that.
Nice. Yeah, I agree with Selden. I had to throw on that. So I am obviously at twitter.com/Derek Nolan, facebook.com/Derek Nolan, youtube.com/ReelsDSmooth, instagram.com/official_Derek Nolan, twitch.tv/Derek Nolan. You can definitely find me, and all of my shit links to my other shit. But on the kinder side of things, yeah, Selden obviously covered our cancer charities. Also, Juvenile Diabetes Foundation, something I'm big with. And then the one that always seems like it's not something important, but it is the Restaurant Employee Relief Fund. These people have been out of work for a year. Oh, yeah, actually, just about a year and a month now at this point. Restaurants are just starting to come back. People are getting vaccinated. We're getting out there. We're doing things, but there were the industry with the most displaced employees of any other industry during the pandemic has been food services and food and restaurants, because it's something that requires in-person activity, and those people do not have nest eggs to fall back on, or there's no net under them to catch them. So this has been important to me. Guy Fieri recognized this at the beginning of the pandemic, and he set up this charity, and he's done a phenomenal job. And I can't thank him enough for it. And like I said, I've just recently started dipping back into the real world as a vaccinated person, but these people are going to need help now and still moving forward in the future. So anything you can do, cancer charities, juvenile diabetes, or restaurant employees. So please help out. Wow, that was emotional, Selden. Whew. All right. Then before we wrap up the show, I just want to remind you all, you can join us each every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, at youtube.com/toolsplay, facebook.com/toolsplay, and twitch.tv/still_got_game. And on that, why don't we wrap this Let's Stop Slacking Off episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
Let's look for more hosts next week.
More house, more horse.
More hosts, more hosts.